Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 10. I am determined to make this the final episode, pardon me, of Let's Play Mega Man 10. And accordingly, I've been practicing a lot. So although this is maybe only the second time you've seen me do Dr. Wily Stage 4 now, I've been doing a lot of practicing, so, you know, that involves beating Dr. Wily Stages 1 through 3 as well, so I feel like I'm starting to finally, you know, I'm having my zen moment when it comes to Mega Man 10. I feel like I'm finally getting good enough at the game to beat it. And also, practicing this much and not using E-Tanks, apparently, I did not know this, but E-Tanks actually carry over on playthroughs even if you die, so I've amassed like 5 or 6 just from this area right here. As well as an M-Tank that I broke down and picked up from the shop, spending my hard-earned screws, and I know that that makes me ethically reprehensible, but you gotta feel for me, man, this game is breaking my balls. So I've pretty much perfected this tactic here of getting the E-Tank from the right side. Even though I did take a little bit of damage, that's fine, because we are going to pick up some health on the very next set of ladder stages. Then we'll make our way to the 9 Robot Masters, none of which give me nightmares anymore, which I think just goes to show you, like, how far I've come in my Mega Man 10 career, that none of these Robot Masters make me feel bad anymore, make me feel scared. And then we'll start our Dr. Wily phases, and hopefully we'll get through Phase 2 and, you know, Phase 3 if it exists. So, my general strategy for doing these Dr. Wily rooms is that you want to do the hard bosses when you have a lot of health. So I don't have all of them memorized, but I definitely want to do Commando Man first. I'm just going to hammer at him with my wheel cutters. Man, hitting this guy with the wheel cutters is a total pain in the ass. It's like, you have to get him just after he jumps. Also, the thing that it never really, like, clicks for me with Commando Man is that he always shoots the bombs where you are. So if you start very close to him and then run away, it goes much better. I'm distracting myself from the gameplay at hand. That's one of the benefits when you practice the game a little bit. So I got some health there. Was able to get back to full health. The reason you want to fight those hard bosses... Oh, fucking Pump Man. This guy, I might consider this guy to be the hardest guy in, the hardest boss in Mega Man 10. Apart from, like, the later bosses. Obviously, we're gonna go with Thunderwool here. The reason he's hard is because he does that. He, like, fucks up your Thunderwool if you miss. So we're gonna just make sure we try to hit him twice with each set of Thunderwool. Like, one to break his shield, and then one to get him when he's naked. You always want to get the Pump Man when he's naked, baby. So we get his shield away, and then we're gonna be out of Thunderwool, because we don't get too many shots of that. We're just gonna go with our Mega Buster. Wow, took him out without taking any hits. Of course, immediately after I say that I think he's the hardest Robot Master in the game. Now we have Blade Man. And my strategy for Blade Man, not to toot my own horn, but I think it's pretty much perfect at this point. You remember, like, Blade Man used to give me a lot of trouble. But all you gotta do is dodge in exactly the same spots every time, and you got no problems. So once I got that down, I started doing this new, like, double hit strategy that you can see now. Every time he comes through a wall, just jump up and double hit him, man. It makes the fight, like, 40% faster. Because really, like, once you get the strategy for Blade Man down, the only problem is actually executing that strategy over, like, a pretty long boss fight. Apparently, this guy is also weak to, I think, commando bombs. But you have to hit him with the, like, the explosion of the commando bombs. Total pain in the ass. I don't want to deal with that. So it looks like Blade Man is going to fall really easily. I haven't taken any damage at all in this fight. A little bit surprising for me, considering how he used to give me kind of a hard time. Ah, of course, there we go. Couldn't let me do it perfectly, could you, Mega Man? Just about this time when I started thinking, hey man, maybe I could do a Mr. Perfect Mega Man 10 run where I don't take any damage. How quickly I forget. We're gonna go up in here. This is Solar Man, I believe. Yes, indeed it is. Water Shield should make pretty quick work of him. I don't really want to use that much Water Shield because I really want to save this for one of Wily's forms, not to spoil anything. But I guess I'm gonna have to use it. So after defeating him, we will put on our Solar Blaze and then go fight Chill Man. This will be like the last of the really hard bosses, I would say. Generally speaking, I find Chill Man, Pump Man, Solar Man, and Blade Man to be the hardest during this like 9 or 8 Robot Master Fest here. Chill Man in particular, because he like anticipates your jumps and shoots you with that freeze ray in the middle of your jumps, which is a total pain in the ass. But he went down fairly easily. We probably won't... Oh, we did get back to full health. I didn't think we would get all the way back to full health there. Now we'll go to, I believe, Nitro Man. It's funny how you almost end up doing the levels in exactly the same order as the game, because obviously Chill beats Nitro. Trick, of course, that I didn't quite realize the first time I fought Nitro Man, because that fight was over so quickly, is you really don't want to hit Nitro Man with the with the actual, like, projectile of Chill Spike, you want him to drive over the spikes on his motorcycle. So once that happens, of course, it's not a bad idea to freeze him with that as well. It only does as much damage as the Mega Buster. So you want to save your Chill Spikes, because that's a valuable weapon. This is Strike Man, I believe, coming up next. So we will take out our T-Blade. Strike Man, probably the easiest Robot Master to defeat, to be honest with you. His level's a total pain in the ass, but he's a little kitten once you use the blades on him. And again, Blade is one of those weapons that works on pretty much any enemy in the game. It's just not always ideal. But it is totally ideal for Strike Man. Takes him out very easily. We don't have many Robot Masters left here. Only Thunderman, or Sheepman, sorry. Sheepman, of course, is weak to the Rebound Striker, which we didn't really see that much on camera, but now that I've perfected my method, you should be able to see that here. Basically, you want to shoot Sheepman with it, but if you manage to bounce it into a cloud where Sheepman is hanging out, because obviously he exists in one of those clouds, or is one of those clouds, I suppose you could say, if you manage to kill the one that he is in, you do a lot more damage to him, and that's actually what makes a Rebound Striker so strong against him. You'll see in a second, maybe? Yeah, there we go, we finally got him with one. So that takes off, like, maybe 20% of his health with each one, maybe a little bit less, but still a lot. And we are now out of Rebound Strikers. That's yet another weapon that dies quite quickly. Let's jump over the last set here. We should be able to take him out, just the Buster. And now we can go back to fighting Dr. Wily here. Now remember, I do have a ton of E-Tanks. I've determined that Solar Blaze is probably the best weapon to use against the first form of Dr. Wily here. And you know, spoilers, in my practice runs I have gotten a little further than this. So forgive me if I'm not surprised, but this game required a little bit more dedication than I'm used to. And yes, I'm saying that even as someone who, you know, beat Dark Souls on camera. So he's shooting these rods out of his mouth, and the strategy for this that I didn't realize the first time is that, you know, don't worry so much about killing Dr. Wily's pirate ship ghost robot thing there. This ghost robo. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a ghost, thank God. But anyway, I digress. I'm out of the zone now. Okay, it's not really so much about shooting Dr. Wily's pirate ship head here. It's more about shooting those missiles. So if you just focus on shooting the missiles, like, the rest will take care of itself. You know that phrase, like, you know, if you take care of your pennies, the dollars will look after themselves. Like this one, take care of your Mega Man cyborg body, and the boss himself will die quite easily. Now this is Dr. Wily Stage 2, or Phase 2. I've never actually beaten this guy, and he's a total pain in the ass, so I expect I'll have to spam a lot of my E-Tanks to get past him. Which makes me feel like a cheap whore, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end, as it often is. So he shoots out these Mega Man X-style electrical prisms to get me frozen, and then I'm gonna use Water Shield to try to hit him. You can see that does a lot of damage, but unfortunately, it's very difficult to avoid being hit. Like, these homing plasma shots are fairly easy to avoid being hit. I'm gonna use an E-Tank here. Tons of lives left. So, those things are easy to avoid. You just, like, move in the opposite direction of the ship. But if you get trapped by the prison, you're in a rough spot. And also, even with the Water Shield, like, it's tough to aim it appropriately. Oftentimes, I end up just getting, like, kills. Not to mention the electrical prison can be kind of a pain in the ass, of course. Might have to use my M-Tank to get my Water Shield back, but I'm hoping that doesn't have to be the case. So far, so good. This is going much better than I've ever got before. I mean, I'm taking a little bit more damage than I often take, but, you know, there is the bright side of me not having so many E-Tanks that I could just spam. Well, we can... Yeah, we'll use another E-Tank. I guess I'll save my M-Tank just in case we end up needing that a little bit later. And you saw I had a ton of E-Tanks, so if I have to spam those to get through the rest of this fight, it's not such a big deal to me. Let's see, okay. He's not going to trap me. I am probably going to take damage from the electrical prison thing, or the electrical beam that he has this time. He's only got 3 hits left, so I want to avoid using an E-Tank, if at all possible. I would be very surprised if this was the last Wily phase, if you're wondering why I'm kind of saving that M-Tank. A 2-phase Wily boss just doesn't seem right to me. One more hit, and there we go. Managed to take out the second form of Dr. Wily. I feel exalted right now. It's exalted, that's not really the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I'm happy, let's put it that way. Do I not sound happy? I'm a happy man right now. And of course, as always, we are going to get another Dr. Wily stage or another Dr. Wily boss. I kind of thought the boss would happen... Whoa. Please be part of the game. Please tell me my game didn't freeze. It's not like there's a disc in the tray to mess up. Okay, good. Travel up Dr. Wily's spinal cord here to get to the brain of his machine. Oh, you know what that means? We probably, yep, don't have just another boss. We have another stage to get through. Thank God I have all those E-Tanks. Oh, and we've got an element brought back from Mega Man 9 here, which is these robot screws that come up from the level. These actually seem a lot easier to deal with than the ones in Mega Man 9, because the ones in Mega Man 9 didn't really give you, like, an indicator of when they were going to come up. Also, I just noticed the gravity is a little bit different here. And all the power-ups are apparently trapped on the ceiling, which is good, I guess. I don't know. It's got the gravity, the same gravity you would have underwater. Wow, I am taking a lot of damage here. Luckily, I'm rich on lives and E-tanks right here, so we'll definitely pick up that 1-up. That'll start replenishing our weapons. We have a lot of weapons to replenish, so I should probably go back. But hey, we're getting weapon power-ups left, right, and center. Hopefully we only have like another couple of bosses to fight. I really don't want to do like another 10 Robot Master extravaganza. Now we gotta hit the right cadence on this button press. If you're wondering why I look like a retard when I'm doing that, it's because I don't want to... Ooh, an M-tank. We're gonna take out our crash bombs and try to... we gotta really thread the needle on this one. Let's see if we can sneak it through there. I always call them crash bombs, but they are commando bombs. Oh, there, managed to sneak one through. Okay, we'll go back to our rush coil. Placed it in probably the worst position you could possibly imagine. Keep it up. Yeah, there we go. Drop him right on top of the ladder that miraculously reports his weight. Go back to crash bombs. Pick up another M-tank. Can you have 2 M-tanks at once? I'm not 100% sure. Makes me think that perhaps we just got points, or maybe like a 1-up instead of an M-tank there, but hey, you can't go wrong with points. There is no points in Mega Man. Anyway, we'll just run through here. Should be able to make it if I run quickly. At least that was my strategy for that area in Mega Man 9. And so far so good, I'd say. Another ladder that will, yes, support my weight. We really got to get the ladder engineers to check this out. Wow, we got a E-tank, and I think that's a W-tank, but because it's upside down, it might be an M-tank? I don't know. Gravity's got me all messed up. I'm gonna really watch out for spikes here. Mega Man 10 has been a dick like that. We go through a boss. Oh, nothing over there. Usually they'll have some health or something. We will... might as well use an E-tank to get us propped up here. Remember that W-tanks only replenish one of our weapons, so I don't necessarily want to use that. I guess I'll try to suss out a weakness for Dr. Wily here, although I hear that the third Dr. Wily is actually by far the easiest, so I'm thinking that we're in a very good position right now. Okay, we got regular Dr. Wily and then like his evil clone brother who has a mark on his head. So I'm gonna try to take out the real one, I suppose. That attack looks like a pain in the ass. I guess we'll just jump over these. But the gravity makes it so I get hit. Another ingenious level design. And it looks like they have spikes on the bottom of their ships. Although those might just be like, I don't know, energy emitters or something. But wow, he is going down very quickly. I could see this being a pain in the ass if I didn't have any E-tanks or M-tanks, but I think we are golden here. Pop another E-tank. Not even gonna have to use the M-tank. We do only have one M-tank, so we must have gotten a 1-up or something for that other one we picked up. Or maybe nothing. You know, the game's like that sometimes. I think we're going to be okay. If this is the last boss of the game, we're in a very good position. Luckily, it doesn't seem like there's a penalty for attacking the wrong Dr. Wily. If so, then the hard part is behind us. And we can focus on, you know, getting over this nightmare of the Let's Play. Not that it was unfun, but it was frustrating a lot of the time. So we got a few more hits here. You know, might as well pop another E-tank. I feel like kind of a piece of crap, because that's like the 5th E-tank I've popped this video. But, you know, smoke him if you got him, right? And that'll be the end of third Dr. Wily. He's now escaped his robot prison, which usually means... And that, you know... exultation there in the music. Wow, why is that word in my head today? Usually means that we are actually done. Yeah, and he'll start begging? Yeah! The same way he's done in 9 previous Mega Man games. Oh no! Dr. Wily has Robo-Enza. He doesn't have Robo-Enza. He's a human. Yeah, thanks, Dr. Wily. You're on my side. I love how Mega Man's like, I gotta get you some medical care immediately. Like, why don't you just kill him? You know how many times this guy killed me when I was making these videos? I would have absolutely no mercy. Who the hell is Otto? Oh, you see, he left in his UFO through that open window because his UFO can shrink and grow as necessary. But he left all the medicine for the Robo-Enza because Dr. Wily's a nice guy now. Until Mega Man 11, I guess. Well, I think that's probably going to be it. You know, those stars mean only one thing. If I know anything about Mega Man games, this ending credits music is going to be baller, but I am not going to stick around for that. But I will leave it up here, just, you know, out of respect for the people who created this great game. This Let's Play's been a lot of fun, as much as I've expressed frustration with it. I'm glad it's over, but I'm also glad I did it. Kind of a change of pace for me, which is nice. And yeah, this music is pretty baller so far. As always, thank you guys for watching and for following this Let's Play and supporting it, however you've supported it. I, as always, appreciate your efforts, appreciating my efforts. I will see you with my next Let's Play or my next video, whatever it may be. See you next time. Fuck!